Hi, I am Sumit Suryavanshi and our topic is energy storage technologies. So, in this PPT, we are going to discuss the following points like how is power generated, how is transmission done, how it is distributed, what is the energy storage technologies, and different types of energy storage technologies. So, basically, how power generated. In power generated at an electric power plant. Conventional plants produce electric energy through steam power turbines. Fossil fuels are burned to make water boil and turn into steam. It enters the turbine and pushes against blades to turn the generator shaft to create electric current. Steam is cooled down and turned into liquid from an order to increase efficiency. Here is the figure that how a power generated in a particular power plant. You can see here the pulverized coal and air entering into the valve at a boiler. The boiler gets boil the water from condenser and make the steam, and the steam we throw towards the steam turbine. The boiler generates the heat we can dissipate into stack and combustion gases. This, as the steam turbine rotates, the generator also rotates, and the generator rotates, the power gets generated, and we call it as electricity. So how this power get transmitted? The transmission we will see here. Electric power generated in gating station and it transmitted through transmission lines. It is conductor designed to carry electric signal over large distance with minimum loss. Parameters below are inductance, capacitance, resistance, conductors. Why this kind of parameter required? If suppose we have a long wire with high resistance, then we can not transmit the high current. If we have long wire with a low resistance, so we can transmit the high energy towards destination. Parameters are uniformly distributed along its length. Closer the power gets the consumer, more the voltage decreases. So the last line define that the power and the voltage distance are the vice versa. There are some parameters we will discuss here for while transmitting the power. The first is extra high voltage grid. The extra high voltage grid is nothing but to minimal the loss of power while transmission. We provide the extra voltage while transmitting, so we can get the exact voltage what we want at the destination point. High voltage grid. The high voltage range, that means we provide high voltage while transmission like 6 kilovolt to 220 kilovolt. So this high voltage get transmitted to the transmission plant, so it can distributed over all along the areas. Like distributed grid comes into the picture. The voltage ranked between 6 kilovolt to 60 kilovolt. This provides facility to the school or hospital and the transformer station responsible for low voltage grids delivering the private household. This range is for private household limited. Low voltage grid. Low voltage grid is for the like private household, like our home appliances. For our home appliances we use this low voltage grid 100 volt to 400 volt. So here is a figure of transmitting a power, like the coal plant, a nuclear plant, hydraulic plant generates the power and send it into the extra high voltage. These three plants actually required extra high voltage of power. Then factory industrial power point, medium size power plant required high voltage 60 kilovolt and up. Now the low voltage line is city network, it can be city network, rural network, and distributed grid is can be city power plant, industrial customers, solar farms and wind farms. So here are the example of these three different kind of power distribution sectors. So what are the inner energy storage technologies? We will discuss about how this energy can be storage and what is the technologies behind this. It is defined as a technology that can store various form of energy from one to another. Types of energy storage technologies. There is flywheel, superconducting magnetic energy storage, batteries, compressed air energy storage, electrolysis of water and methanation, thermal storage, hydroelectric hydro energy storage. These are actually the known in technologies. Like flywheel we see in our motorcycle also. If we press the clutch, if you press the clutch, that the bike doesn't require any acceleration. It goes at the speed the bike have. Like the flywheel is rotating, it's because it's an energy storing element. While we accelerate something, it stores that kind of energy at the in the form of speed. And we press the clutch, the bike doesn't stop, it actually goes towards where it is going, like what the speed the bike have. So the flywheel is a disc with some amount of mass that spins, holding kinetic energy. To prevent gravity influence, high-tech flywheel wheels are built with disc attached in a rotor to upright position. They are changed by electric motor that simultaneously act as a generator in the process of discharging. The challenge to increase that efficiency is to maximize friction, mainly accomplished by two measures. First is that to let the disc spin in a vacuum so there will be no air friction. To bear the spinning rotor on permanent and electromagnetic bearings so that it's float. And the spinning speed for a modern single flywheel reaches up to 16,000 rpm, capacity of 25 kilowatt per hour. So here is the advantage and disadvantage of flywheels. It requires low maintenance and it have long lifespan up to 20 years. So that's why our bike never gets old for us. Almost no carbon emission, fast response time, no toxic components. Disadvantage: high acquisition cost. Like flywheels require high acquisition costs, low storage capacity, high self discharging. Superconducting magnetic energy storage. The system consists of three major components: the coil, the power conditioning system, and a cooling system. We are talking about the superconducting magnetic energy storage. You can see here there are four different regions: the power system, power condition system, superconduction coil, and refrigeration system. So in system consists of three major components: the coil, the power condition system, and the cooling system. The idea is to store energy in that form up an electromagnetic field surrounding the coil, which is made of superconductor. At a very low temperature, some materials loses every electric resistance and thus become superconducting. The superconducting magnetic storage system (SMES) makes use of this phenomenon, and in theory, storage energy without almost an energy loss. The PCs converts alternating current into direct current, and the vice versa, since coil is only capable of storing and releasing energy in the form of DC. So advantage and disadvantage: fast response time, no environmental hazards, capable of partial and discharging. Disadvantages: high energy losses, approximately 12% per day, very expensive in production and maintenance, reduce efficiency due to required cooling process. The cooling process, like every system which have a cooling process requires high efficiency, but the cooling process always get down the system efficiency. Like, and we can take example of fridge also. Batteries. A battery is a device that produces electrical energy from chemical reaction. There are different kind of batteries with different chemicals. Two different chemicals within a battery cell have different load and are connected with negative and their other with a positive electrode. When connected to an application to the negative supply, a current of electron that flow through the appliance and are accepted by the positive electron. The PCs convert alternating current into direct current and vice versa, since the coil only capable of storing an electrical form DC, like the lithium ion battery and lead acid battery. Pumped storage hydroelectricity. Pumped hydro plants so far is considered to be the only possible way to store energy in huge amount while maintaining the high efficiency and being economical as well. The system contains two water reservoir at different elevation, like high level and second the low level. The water is literally flowing down to the pipe again back through the turbine which that generates the electricity. These turbines are reversible and therefore capable of handling both pumping and generating processes. Capacities for PSH and depending on the location and scale of the reservoirs as well as the altitude difference. Advantages: mature technology capable of storing huge amount of energy, high overall efficiency, fast response times, inexpensive way to store energy. Disadvantages: few potential sites, huge environmental impact. Compressed air energy storage. CASE plants store energy in the form of compressed air, like our LPG gas. The basic idea is to electric compressor to compress air at a pressure about 60 bars and store it in giant underground space. This storage are sealed all right. The storage compressor is to rotate the turbine and generate the energy. The concept has two major problems when it comes to pressuring air. First, compressing the air leads to very significant amount of heat generation and subsequent power losses if unused. The air will freeze the power turbine when decompressed. Advantages: capable of storing huge amount of energy. AACAES capable efficiency is around 70%. Fast response time, inexpensive way to store energy. Disadvantage: requires sealed storage caverns, economical only up to day of storage, competing against other storage needs like hydrogen, not yet fully developed. Electrolysis have pattern on methanation. The idea is to use excess electricity of renewable energies to make hydrogen through electrolysis of water in further steps. Methane. Electrolysis itself bear no emission but plain air. This gas can be stored and these stored compressed air used to rotate the turbine and generate the energy. Advantages: clean, sustainable way of storing energy, capable of huge amount of energy, capable of storing energy for several days, even months. Cons: very low efficiency, potential for efficiency unlike to pass 50%, requires good constructed natural gases. Here is the comparison between based on different parameters like five flywheel, minimum efficiency and maximum efficiency. So the flywheel has minimum efficiency 80% and maximum efficiency 95%. SMES minimum efficiency 90%, maximum 95. Lead acid batteries 65-90. Lithium ion batteries 90-95. PSH 65-85. CAS 45-60. Hydrogen 20-40. Environmental impact of these energy storing technologies. Like flywheel have very low only for production and construction impact on the environment. SMES also have very low only for construction impact on the environment. Lead acid known be very poisonous and containing for soil and water. Contagious for soil and water. Lithium ion rather low impact mostly through emission for the production of cells. PSH significance huge area of natural landscape are required. CAES very low only for construction. Hydrogen and methane very low only for construction. CO2 natural during the whole cycle. Thank you.